I'm going to do one more quick little pop-up stream today, and I know this one's going to work because I'm in the hotel. Whew. You know what? I just think that I got I got into a groove when I did pop-up videos from TwitchCon. I just assumed, well, shoot, then I think when I go somewhere tech-oriented, maybe then every place will have good Wi-Fi. And turns out it's not the case. My attempts from Mopop really were like a total Twitch fail. So that's a total Twitch dad moment. I own that. It happens. I did get some from the lobby, but the minute I go into one of the exhibits, that's when I lost everything. I lost all of the signal. So right now what I'm doing is I decided this go round I was going to try something a little different. And this time I was going to go on ahead and videotape. Man, is that a Twitch dad moment? Let's try that again. I shot video of my adventures in the underground, and then once I got that done, I was going to upload them and do them as premieres. So later tonight, granted some of you are already asleep, so that's okay. But later tonight, I'm going to have these premiere on my Twitch feeds as quick little pop up streams. That should be fun. What am I going to say about this? So what can I tell you about Seattle so far? Well, this is the third and final day, and this has been an absolute blast. We've been having a great time. Twitch daughter, the kiddo, Sunny, she's back there. There you hear the native sound of the American teenager. She is in the bed and just chilling out on Discord, as the Utes like to say. But that's what she's doing. We're rendezvousing with Twitch Mom, rendezvousing with Pip, and rendezvousing with Piper J. Drake and Matt Drake. We're rendezvousing with them in a few. Gonna get some Corbin time. I didn't want to necessarily stream from their apartment because I know that I didn't want to make any presumptions that they were cool with that. Although I have been wearing my Twitch gear. I've been proudly wearing my Twitch gear around Matt because he's the guy that got me into this. So there you have it. Seattle has been the town that I remembered from when I visited nearly 10 years ago. And I just freaking love this town. It's just such a great place. I think Pip is having a blast. I think Serena's having a blast. What have you thought of Seattle?
I want more pork buns.
I want more pork buns. Vincent, how are you? Good to see you. You want more pork buns? That's what you're going to remember from Seattle is the pork buns.
I want more steamed pork buns in Crab Rangoon. Let me have my steamed pork buns in Crab Rangoon. How dare you?
Well, I'm not saying you can't have more. I'm not saying you can't have more. We have been eating our way through. Unicorn, how are you, Unicorn? We have been eating our way through. We have been successfully eating our way through Seattle. The food scene here is ridiculously good. If you've never gotten out to Seattle, I can't stress it enough. It's just such a great town, great people. Hashtag pork butt. No, pork buns. Pork buns. Steamed pork buns. That has been. Would you like to describe the steamed pork buns to chat real quick, or no?
No.
All right. And that's why she won't be getting into streaming anytime soon, I guess, chat. No, we did. We had some. So let me go on ahead and let me do some quick roundups. So first thing we did was where we are. We're actually at a Marriott looking over the waterfront. Well, our view is not the waterfront. Our view is not the waterfront, but we are right on the waterfront. And we went to the public market, which unfortunately I'm on the other side of the country. Well, start making plans then, John. Start making plans. But anyway, so we're right now on the waterfront, and if you've looked at Discord or if you've checked out Discord or if you've checked out the goings on Instagram, you will know that I've been working really hard to try and just
keep everybody in tune with what's going on. Oh, I just realized something. I can actually run my chat from here. That's fantastic. I'm actually trying to work out some of the logistics of how I want to do the next weekend pop-up stream, which actually isn't going to be a pop-up stream. Real quick, I just wanted to say that the next week, next Sunday, sometime next Sunday afternoon, I'm going to have my very first Twitch Dad stream. I won't be gaming, won't be traveling, I'll be from home, and I'm trying to work it out so that I can actually use this laptop as my stream machine, and then I'm going to go on ahead and do a Twitch Dad stream, and I'm going to finally groom the beard, and that's going to be a straight up, this is a Twitch Dad stream where we're going to be talking about something Twitch Dad related, which will be the first one. I figured it would be on grooming. Grooming is something that I heard. Grooming is some like my Stream Deck. No. I mean, like right now, I'm streaming off my phone, but I could have been streaming off of my laptop. But I'm not streaming off my laptop because I don't have any of the resources. I've mainly been focusing on my phone, John, and for when I'm traveling. But what I want to do is I want to actually have a Twitch Dad frame. I want to have a few little elements to play with, things like that. So I'm going to prep for that for next Sunday. That's going to be something I'm going to do. Is just basically talk a little bit about grooming, basic grooming, because when I did my Twitch, when I did my Twitch Dad stream, well, no, I shouldn't say my Twitch. When I shaved my beard off a month ago, I can honestly say today it's been a month ago, and I'll tell you why in a second. But a month ago today, I shaved my beard on stream, and it was because of a huge raid from the good people of the Kick Club, who are people that hang out on Markiplier stream on YouTube. So we did it for charity, and now I've got plenty of growth. You see, I've got a lot of neck beard happening here, and it's time I groomed this puppy. But I wanted to wait, start promoting it a little bit, let people know that I was doing this, because one of the things that I noticed when I did the stream, when I was shaving, was I was talking through the process of shaving, and there were quite a few people who said that they just didn't have those basics. So I'm going to go on ahead and talk about that in depth next Sunday. So there's just a quick heads up. Anyway, back to the trip. It has been a fantastic trip. I tried doing streams from the top of the Space Needle. That didn't work. I tried doing stuff from exhibits in the Museum of Pop Culture. That didn't work. So I will tell you real quick. The Museum of Pop Culture out here, which is part of, it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be a museum totally dedicated to music, in particular Jimi Hendrix, the guy who founded this museum. He wanted to create a full-on tribute to Hendrix, a full-on tribute to music, and then somehow he broadened it to pop culture. So now this place has got an exhibit to Jimi Hendrix, a full-time Jimi Hendrix experience exhibit, but they also have right now, like, they've got an exhibit for Pearl Jam, they've got an exhibit for Nirvana. That was fantastic. The Nirvana was fantastic. Almond Milk, thank you for that host. I do appreciate it. Fantastic exhibit for that. They actually now have an exhibit for Minecraft, which Sonny really enjoyed. And then they have a science fiction Hall of Fame, and then they have a science fiction exhibit, they have a fantasy exhibit, and they have a horror exhibit. So let me run it down. Wow, and I got a host from the Unicorn. How you doing? Hey, how you doing, Almond Milk? Yes, I was just talking about the trip, to be honest with you. So the horror exhibit was phenomenal. I really wish I could have streamed from there, but once you get inside the exhibits, Wi-Fi just drops. Everything just drops. So even if I was using the Wi-Fi that was being provided by the Museum of Pop Culture, it wasn't enough to stream. So I'll just tell you about it real quick. The the exhibit was just so much fun. First off, to give you an idea of one of the details of this exhibit, they had a section sequestered away to talk all about the greatest serial killers of horror films. To get to that part of the exhibit, you had to walk through a tiny little maze of body bags that were suspended from meat hooks. And as you maneuvered through all that, the bodies are bumping into you and everything. And then you get into the inside of it, and then that's when you see the various psychos of horror cinema. They had the character, I'm blanking on the character's name, but they had the character from Misery. Septic. It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. But they had the character from Misery. And they showed the clip where she had James Caan on the bed with the sledgehammer, whack whack. You know what I mean? They had a full mannequin of Michael Myers, but this was not it was the actual outfit he wore in the original Halloween. That was very cool to see up close and personal. Some of the other things, I'm going to be posting some of this stuff on Discord, so keep an eye on that on Discord. And I'm also going to be posting stuff, like on both the sub channel as well as the open channel. But the horror exhibit was very cool. As a matter of fact, they had a place where you could sit down, and they had clips and suggestions of 100 horror films you should see before you die. And I was actually impressed with how many I had seen. They had some that I know I will never see. There was one they actually had the Japanese name of it, and I can't remember how it's pronounced differently. But in the United States, it was called Audition, and I think that was the Japanese name of it over there. But I've seen a clip from Audition, and I knew for the moment I saw that clip, I said, I'm not watching this film. It's just too much. But they had what are the ones they mentioned? The Omen was mentioned. Halloween was mentioned. Nosferatu. I mean, they went back. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, House of Dracula. From the Hammer House of Horror films. Just so many. Oh, and of course, my passion, John Carpenter's remake of The Thing. I mean, it was just it was really well done. So then, after you get through that, and they, like I said, they did all these nice little touches. Like they had a zombie shelter room, which was really cool because they had interactive video around you. They had like cameras you could look at, so you could see zombies trying to get in, and you could hear like thump thump from like closed doors and things like. Oh, it was fantastic. Sparky, how are you? Yeah, and I thank you. I'm glad you could catch the stream as well. So before I continue on with this, with the oh wait, what is this?
Sparky Spark Boom Boom.
Nebby, popping in here briefly. Just wanted to thank you for the kind words about so. Oh my God! Oh, Nabby! Oh my God! Chat, please give me some shout outs for Nabby. Nabby is Nabel. Excuse me, Nabel. I'm sorry. Nabel. I was missing that one character. Sorry about that. Chat, please give me some shout outs in chat, please, for Nabel. Nabel is give him GGs, give me some steampunk hearts in chat, give me everything you got in chat, because Nabel is the composer from Soul. So if you were there for my Soul cast, you know that Nabel you've heard his work. And Nabel, it is such a pleasure to have you in stream. I'm right now, as a matter of fact. Thank you very much, Unicorn. So Nabel, you might want to you'll get a kick out of this. Right now, I'm running a poll on Twitter, so you just got to go to my Twitter account, and if you jump over to my Twitter account. Not HHFTT, but the TeeMonster. If you go to TeeMonster on Twitter, and you take a look at the previous tweets, Nabel, you'll see that I'm actually running a poll right now. I want to find out from chat, and chat, if you want to respond right now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I had a great time in Seoul. I had an absolute fantastic time. Nubel. Oh no. It's quite all right. I want to make sure I'm getting your name right too. Nubel. But right now, I had a great time in Seoul. It was just such a fantastic experience. So what I wanted to find out from you, chat, is my knee, how are you, Aini? But what I wanted to find out was, do you want me to continue playing Bioshock 2 on my Fridays, or do you want me to switch over to Soul? Because I would like to find out if you all enjoyed it. Well, I can't do both.
You could alternate weekends.
I could alternate weekends. That is a possibility too. Yep, there's my backseat streamer right there for you. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to find out whether or not you, if you want me to stay with Bioshock, just drop in Bioshock. Sparky says he wants both. So they have it.
Biology instead of Bioshock.
Dual monitor, dual game stream. Okay, Nubel. Okay, you're gonna fit in right. You're gonna fit in fine right here, just fine. So Unicorn votes for Soul. Alternating, and Almond Milk says alternating streams would be cool as well. She, thank you. Right. Sparky is a she. Again, like Septic, Sparky is a she. Yes, Vincent. Soul is the light game. That was the game that I was playing on my birthday. And apparently, a lot of people dug it. And I had a great time with it too. It was really a lot of fun. It was something very different. So I'm thinking about it. Okay, my knee. Well, it was a pleasure to know you. I think now I should just go on ahead and just give a quick little timeout because got to be out of the pool. Oh, got another right for Soul. Soul is the light game. I like Bioshock, although I'm here mostly for the dad stories. Well, I appreciate that. Just gonna give Miney a quick timeout. I think he needs it. Yes, it's now. Normally, I would go into a Twitch dad shtick here, but because I'm doing the raw stream, I'll just say, well, it's a timeout for you, young man. I think you might need to take a seat because Twitch dad is telling you right now, naughty. I'm talking about video games, and you're talking about very personal information there. Okay, that's as close to a Twitch dad as I can do here. Anyway. So yeah, I'll see what happens in the stream. Actually, not a fedora. This is a trilby. This is a trilby, and it's a trilby from a friend of mine. He bequeathed this to me after he passed. Good guy by the name of Patrick Holyfield, and I take it with me on trips. Paul Fisher. New York City Marathon was today. That's what messed up your knee. No, actually, not. No, my knees are fine. Actually, I got in a workout this morning. Of all things, I got a workout this morning, and I'm thrilled that I got a circuit in. Thank you, Unicorn. Appreciate it. Appreciate that thought. So anyway, getting back to the trip. So the horror section was great. And the best part is led right into the science fiction section. So, and I'm talking about the Museum of Pop Culture out here in Seattle, which, again, I highly recommend everybody. So you walk into the science fiction section immediately after you're done with the horror section. And the science fiction section was phenomenal. Again, I mean, that was knocked it out of the park. You walk right in, boom, there's one of the Terminators, one of the T-800s. And again, these aren't replicas. These are actual props from films. Probably one of the coolest things. Okay, so for those of you who are fans of the film Aliens, second one. For the fans of Aliens, with an S, they had Hicks's armor. And what's really cool, if you take a closer look at Hicks's armor, now you can see it up close. He has a heart. And he had a padlock on his heart. And when you think about some of the undertones that they had going on between Hicks and Ripley, that adds a whole new degree to his character. And it was just really, there were so many cool things in the science fiction section. They had a full I guess you could call it a recreation because it was makeup that was put on the character, obviously, but they had the full outfit for the villain from Galaxy Quest. That was very cool as well. Well, Nubel, yeah, you're getting along? Okay, going to drop in if I do so. Okay, well, Nubel, just so you know, and again, thank you so much for joining me on the stream. Again, everybody give me hearts and hype in chat for Nubel. He is the composer of the video game Soul, which I was playing on my birthday earlier this week, or last week, I should say. And Nubel was talking about coming back to when I'm playing Soul. Just so you know, Nubel, it's going to be an early morning. It's going to be an early morning because I'm usually an early morning streamer, and I'll be up at between 5 and 9 a.m. Eastern time. So keep an eye out for that. I appreciate it. Thanks again. Thanks again for coming into stream. It really really means a lot to me. So the science fiction section. So there's all and this was really cool too. They had a little like interactive pad. Oh, and Paul Fisher resubscribing at tier 1 for 10 months, currently on a 6-month streak. Thank you, Paul. I do appreciate that. But it has a little pad, and then you walk in this room, and there are all these rifles and ray guns, and you could select the ray gun, and not only would it tell you where the ray gun was used, but it would also tell you. It would also give you a clip that you could play, like there was this one big rifle, and I was like, well, where's that from? I tap it. It was from Starship Troopers. I click the play button, and it shows the rifle in use in the film. That was, they really thought it out. So again, the science fiction section was really cool. Then they had the fantasy section. The fantasy section.
I can hear the disappointment in your voice.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It needs work. It needs work. They had a lot of videos playing around of, people talking about fantasy, but they seemed to focus on one guy. One guy.
Guess who?
George R. R. Martin. Now, keep the thoughts to yourself. Keep the thoughts to yourself.
Joking.
I know, but George R. R. Martin. Okay, sure. Game of Thrones. Yep. I know almond milk. I know. But here's the thing. There were no props from Game of Thrones. The props they did have. They had props from, we can count it on one hand. They had props from Lord of the Rings. They had props from Highlander, which was very cool. Princess Bride, very cool. Wizard of Oz, very cool. I'm sorry. I'm going to a second hand. They had a prop from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which was probably the highlight of it. And although I didn't see it, they had the sword from Conan. That's it. Doctor Who, that was in the science fiction section. They did have an original Dalek from Doctor Who, but we're in the fantasy section now. And my question to you, chat, is what's missing? Because I can just rattle off a few movies that really needed to have some love in the in the Museum of Pop Culture in the fantasy section. I'm really hoping that the fantasy section is new and they're trying to build it to make it a better section. But where were props from the Dark Crystal? Where were props from Dragon Slayer? Anybody remember the film Dragon Slayer? That's a good. Yeah, thank you, Narnia. What about Narnia? Oh, they did have Lord of the Rings, Vincent. They did have Lord of the Rings covered. They had a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff, but they had. But yeah, Dragon Slayer wasn't there. Narnia wasn't there. Labyrinth wasn't there. Now Kimba, I don't know. Labyrinth got a mention in the Science Fiction Hall of Fame with David Bowie. So I'm like, well, if it's getting a mention there. The Hobbit, that's true. But again, The Hobbit kind of falls under the Lord of the Rings. So there's that. But it was very, compared to the horror section and compared to the science fiction section, the fantasy section of the Museum of Pop Culture was lacking. And I was kind of shocked by that. So I think they really need to step that game up a bit. Lion King.
No, wait.
That's more of a when they're saying Godzilla. No, I say Godzilla again. Science fiction. That was in science fiction and in the Science Fiction Hall of Fame. So they had that. But Lion King was more of a. That's like I don't even know what you would call that. But when they were talking about fantasy, they're talking about swords and sorcery. Oh, I should mention this. They did have Princess Bride covered, but like swords and sorcery, that sort of thing. So Stuart Little, okay, Paul, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. That's a stretch. But they really should have had a few. I would have loved to have, me personally, I would have loved to have seen the necklace or the lance from Dragon Slayer. Or the shield. Remember the dragon scale shield that the woman made for Galen. I mean, yeah. Oh, now if you're talking about pop culture though, Unicorn. So what they're doing is they're covering fantasy, science fiction, and horror, but they're also covering music, and one of the cool things that they had, like I said, they had a Pearl Jam exhibit which I didn't see. They had a Nirvana exhibit which was phenomenal. And then they had the some of the Jimi Hendrix stuff, which was very cool. Okay, it's still a stretch, Paul. It's still a stretch. It is still a stretch. If you're putting Stuart Little in there, you're gonna have to put in Peter Rabbit, and they're not gonna do that. They're looking for the high fantasy stuff, the epic fantasy stuff. So there was that. This and I know. Unicorn asked about the Space Needle. Space Needle was great. It was really very cool. Beautiful views. Did they have any? Yes. Okay. Again, I stand corrected. They did have they had Harry Potter, but very little from Harry Potter. They had one of the Quibblers. They had McGonagall's hat. Did you see anything specific from Harry Potter at the Museum of Pop Culture?
I think there was a wand there, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh my God, Beastmaster. Now that would have been cool. That would have been cool. Beastmaster. What would you? Ugh. Hopefully not Mark Singer's thong. That would be asking. That would be too much. That'd be yeah. That would be too much. But Beastmaster there would have been maybe. I'm sure. Well, oh wait, Mark Singer did have a sword in that one too. Yeah. Anyway, so that was kind of cool. Again, the Museum of Pop Culture. If you're ever out here, do it. The Space Needle. That's just it's a touristy thing to do, but man, the views were spectacular, absolutely gorgeous. We've had really good weather here. We've had really good weather, and then we've got what else we got? And then we after that pretty much was our day, and then we've had really good food since we've been here. We introduced Serena to the joys of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and that was fun. It was worthwhile. And then today has been a variety of things. We've done some waterfront walking. Again, we had a phenomenal meal prepared for us by Piper J. Drake. She's taken great care of us. She and Matt both. And then today we did the Underground Seattle tour, and that's what's going to be loading up at 8 o'clock and 8:30. I did 2 more clips. Now those were the ones that worked really well. Those pop-up streams worked well because at one point we were outside, so I could get plenty of data, and everything worked out great. So that was fun. And then after that, we just took a quick break and we came back here, and it's been pretty chill. Pretty chill today. Right now, we're actually going to go and we're going to meet up with Pip and everybody at their apartment. They have a terrific place here in Seattle. I am reminded of how much I love this town. This is a terrific town, both from an art scene, from a history scene, from an overall oeuvre of, oh God, the food here. Ugh. Such good food in Seattle. If you're looking for a place to travel, this should be a destination for you. This really should be a destination for you. a couple of things that we didn't do, and it's something that we have to think about in the near future, I think. So, Serena over there, she is also taken with Seattle. So much, in fact, we've been toying around with the idea of her visiting the University of Washington here out in Seattle, because they apparently do have a concentration in creative writing.
They basically have everything that I want.
Yeah, there you go. So we're considering it. We're considering it, we are considering it. We are considering. We have to look at cost. Cost is always an issue. We always got to look at that.
No, it's not. I'm joking.
Anyway, Unicorn says hi.
Hello.
And so we're looking. We're looking at the University of Washington, just in case. And if that was the case, I could honestly say Pip would be motivated enough that we could actually relocate and come out here for a while as well. It would mean putting off the retirement to to New Zealand for a few more years, but it's something we're kicking around, because I can tell Pip really likes Seattle, because it is there are parts of it that are very much like Wellington, and I think she digs that. I think she digs that a lot. So there's that, including an active volcano. You can't get one. Yeah, you're right. Which again goes back to how good the weather has been. Mount Rainier, it has been within eyesight, and it's been a beautiful sight, to say the least. I'd be interested in knowing why you've chosen New Zealand. Well, that's because, Vincent, that's where Pip is originally from. Pip is originally from New Zealand. She's coming up on 10 years living in the United States. She relocated to the United States just after Serena's 6th birthday. So that's why she wants to get back. And I wouldn't say no to it, because New Zealand is one of those places where I feel very much at home. I feel very much at ease, and I dig that. I will say, though, that Seattle is also one of those places. If I could choose 3 different cities that I could feel comfortable living in, London is one, Seattle another, and the third one being Wellington. Not necessarily in any order. That's just how I feel. I love this city. This is a very cool city. It's like any city. It's got good parts. It's got bad parts. But overall, the oeuvre of New Zealand is phenomenal. Sorry, New Zealand, of Seattle is phenomenal. And it's been a great trip. It's been extremely. Oh, I apologize. One of the other things I forgot to mention in the Museum of Pop Culture, the Minecraft exhibit. And I tried doing a stream from that. I mentioned it, but I didn't go into detail on it. Okay. For anyone in the Seattle area or thinking about coming out to Seattle who are fans of Minecraft, there is a Minecraft exhibit. And it's really good. It's really well done. Now, I will ask if you want to come over and tell people about it. I would love to get your perspective on it on stream, because you're the Minecraft player.
It was really realistic. Like it brought in the front of the exhibit, it had how big a block would be in Minecraft, and I didn't. In real life. I didn't expect it to be that big, but it was, and I was like, wow, okay. And it had, I guess, lifelike, not really lifelike, but it was detailed, different mobs that they had, and it was funny. They hung a phantom from the ceiling, and I thought that was funny.
So what exactly was your favorite of all the things that you saw in there? What was your favorite thing?
I liked how you could try Minecraft.
Oh, the new Minecraft.
Yes, it had 1.15, which I was surprised about that they had that, because I thought it's just gonna be the latest version of Minecraft,
Right,
but no.
right.
And but what I was disappointed because they only had controller. They didn't have they did have mouse and keyboard.
They did have mouse and keyboard. They
They
did have mouse and keyboard there.
Yeah.
Vincent asks 3 or 4 height ceilings.
I don't know. I think it was 5. I think it was like 5 or 6.
They did, yeah. They it actually was really cool. They actually left. There were parts of the exhibit that were open ceiling, which is very cool.
The entrance of the
The entrance was what, maybe 5 or 6?
No, the entrance was it was like a village.
Yeah.
Like a village without the door, but it had like fences, and then it had like a roof.
And they had torches.
And it wasn't a torch. It was a lantern that hung.
Oh, okay. Well, it had a lantern at the beginning, but then when you went inside, they had torches. But here was the cool thing that I didn't know about Minecraft, and I think this is extremely cool. The game developers of Minecraft are currently working with the United Nations, and they have a program where builders do they call Minecraft people builders, or
What do you mean by that?
like, people that create stuff?
Builder. It depends on what they're creating. If they're building things, then they're called builders. But if they're using redstone, then they're. I'm not sure what they're called, but
I thought they were called engineers if they did that.
Something like that.
Well, they're actually developers. Yeah, developers. But the builders, they're collaborating with people who create these beautiful structures, and they're actually using what they're proposing to create real life solutions. There were 2 girls in Vietnam that created a safe safe lighting for parks and things like that, and they actually went on ahead and they took their ideas. And with sponsorship from the UN, they created it. Hanoi, that was where it was, in Hanoi. They did that. But they've been doing this all over the world. I didn't know that Minecraft had that kind of reach. And I just found that really cool. That was neat to... Yeah, it really is cool, Sparky. I had no idea that Minecraft had that kind of reach. I mean, I knew it was a popular game. I knew it's the most... It actually surpassed Tetris.
I thought it was last year, but...
Was it last year? Could be. They are celebrating their 10th anniversary this year.
Yeah.
They are doing that. But the collaboration with the UN, I just find that extremely cool. So the Minecraft exhibit was really a lot of fun. I did want to give a shout out to that. That's also at the Museum of Pop Culture. So if you're ever out here, this is definitely a stop that you need to add to your trip. That and the Seattle Underground. Seattle Underground was a lot of fun. So I think I'm going to go and rendezvous with my wife. But I did want to say real quick, I just want to let everybody know that everything is good. And I'm just thinking of the parks in Minecraft being mob-free, leading to the UN support. It's a very positive thing. It's a very positive thing, Vincent. I wish I could remember what it was called. Let me just do a quick search. It shouldn't take me but a second to look it up, because let me Google that for you. Minecraft UN collaboration. Ooh. Blockbyblock.org.
Yes.
That's the name of it. Blockbyblock.org. And I'm going to go on ahead and drop that like it's hot into chat so that you all can check it out for yourselves. But it just really is very cool. I honestly didn't know that stuff like that was going on. So very, very cool. Very cool. So I wanted to say real quick that I'm good. Okay? And if you're wondering what do I mean by that, you might have noticed that my subs have gone from over 200. It was actually the highest point I reached was 205. 205 subs. And aloha, successful geek. How are you? Good to see you, Adam. But I've gone from 205 subs to 128. Now, I'm okay with this. I was expecting this, and I'm going to get another hit in a few days because this is the month. This is the month where I see subs start to go down because I had that big hit from the Kick Club, and then a lot of those hits came from Twitch from Twitch Prime subs. But you know what? If there's something I have learned in the past month, streaming and doing all this, I have learned that there are going to be up times, there are going to be down times, and this is what happens when you play the numbers game. Now, I am not actively playing the numbers game. I don't want to make it sound like I'm going to start designing my I'm not going to be designing my content all about the numbers. That's not the way I am. But in fact, if you want to hear a little more about it, I did do a blog post. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this day was coming, and I know it's going to happen again. But the thing is, I have made some really phenomenal connections from that fateful day. And I just want to say to everybody who is sticking around, who is enjoying this, Vincent, thank you for hanging out with me. Have a good night, sleep well. But for those of you who have found me through Markiplier, for those of you who found me through Kick Club, for those of you who just found me, period, I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you enjoying my company. I love the fact that I've created this new persona called Twitch Dad that everybody's digging. I will be leaning into that even harder now. It's just, you all are what make this stream fun. You all are what keep me coming back and streaming and doing this. And I cannot thank you all enough for giving me this rock star treatment, because that's what you guys have done. Before we even got to this point, I didn't even have 30 subs. And what you guys have done is taken me to a new level. And I got a taste of what it was like to be, like up there. And I'm not going to take that for granted. I mean, you guys really, really did make my month. It was the best birthday present a guy could ask for. and now I've qualified for partnership. I've got that level taken care of. We move on to the next thing, right? And that's going to be building up the community and making sure that people are connecting and people are coming in and checking out what I'm doing. But I had no interest in Twitch before I saw you, so I'm glad I stuck around. Sparky, thank you so much. I know there were a lot of people who didn't even have Twitch accounts, but because of what was happening with Markiplier, they went on ahead and they just set up Twitch and they figured it'd be a one-shot deal. So the fact that you're sticking around, I appreciate that. I really do. That's the kind of stuff that makes me go, I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. And I figured it out, by the way, because Unicorn and Rev3 Dude are both coming up on 2-year subs. And I was trying to figure out, okay, well, what am I going to be doing for 2-year subs? What's the badge that I'm going to come up with for 2-year subs? And I figured it out. I got to get you guys a ray gun. Got to get you guys a really spiffy ray gun, and that's going to be what we go with. I think that's going to on to the next step. Exactly, Unicorn. On to the next step. Now, the next step tonight is to find out who's on, because. And I tell you, it's been tough. It's been tough not being able. It's been tough not having a regular a regular stream and everything. So let me see who's on tonight. And thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. A lot of people playing Destiny 2. Boom, boom. That's what I like to see. Now let me see just want to make sure that she is not going anywhere. Because I always hate it when I do a stream and the person, picks up and heads out. Instead of Christiana, actually, I want to raid this delightful individual because she's an absolute sweetheart, and she's also talented as F. This is Meadow Fox. She is really cool. She's terrific, and what she does is she does harp music. She does art. She does all kinds of stuff. So first off, we got to do this. We got to do the got to drop in this command. Although, yeah, we'll just drop in that command. Just keep it simple. Drop this command. So go on ahead and copy that. Go ahead and copy that message into your copy that into your clipboard, and we are going to raid Meadow Fox. But thank you, everybody, for the tips, the bits, the subs, the hosts, the auto hosts, and everything that you do that helps this stream happen. I really do appreciate it. You guys, oh, you can't copy on the phone, Vincent? Well, okay, don't worry about it. You can create your own message. Go ahead and create your own message with my emotes or someone else's emotes. Get creative. Feel free. But just remember to say it's a tea party. Just remember to say it's a tea party, right? That's a thing. Anyway.
Oh, is that your new saying?
No, that's always been a thing. That's always been a thing. But thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Let's go raid Meadow Fox with the love. And again, thanks for the hanging out on the pop-up stream. I will see you all as soon as I get back from Seattle. It's been a blast. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Mwah. Peace.